We're recording. Good morning. I mean, I was gonna get it right this time. I just recorded an 8-minute, 12-second video, and I was like, oh, and then it said error while whatever. So I had to redo it. I'm redoing it now, and I thought, oh, well, that's good. At least I can get the good afternoon part right. So, and I still got it wrong. Good afternoon, planet Earth. So yeah, I'm really upset because I just recorded my entire video, and YouTube was like, no, jerk. Anyways, so yeah, I am back at MIT. Um, Classes began yesterday. I had an interesting first day, which I will tell you guys all about right now because I know you've been dying to hear it. Um, yeah, so I got my schedule and everything. And there were all kinds of issues first of all with the schedule. It was like, oh, this email went out, and I got my schedule on like online. And then it turns out there was like a conflict in the schedule or something, and I met with my advisor to register for classes, and he gave me, and there's a whole different schedule, and he's like, yeah, this is your schedule. Then we get an email that says, oh, hey, guess what? The schedule on your registration, yeah, that was wrong. Follow the one online. And I went online, and guess what? The one online had changed from what it was originally. Now there was no conflict. And I'd already printed out super pretty thing, and now that's invalid. And then I was like trying to fill this thing out, and I realized I made a whole bunch of mistakes, and now this is a disaster. Um, so yeah, schedule. So yesterday I woke up at 8:45. That I know is shocking, since last semester I oftentimes went to bed at 8:45 a.m. of course. So I woke up and I went to my first class with Eduardo, who was also in physics with me, and I was like, yeah, my next class is bio. I said, so right now we're on the Monday schedule, right? He's like, no, it's Tuesday. I'm like, well, yeah, but like last semester when MIT had Monday off, it was Monday schedule on Tuesday. And I even got an email from some random guy who was like, hey, guess what? Monday schedule on Tuesday. Yeah, it turns out no Monday schedule on Tuesday. Tuesday schedule on Tuesday. What a concept. So, I was like, oh, great, this is great, because I only knew my classes for Monday. I hadn't looked at what I had on Tuesday. So I had to go around, like, I went on to different computers in the hallway that MIT has kind of chilling there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to check my schedule, couldn't get it. It wouldn't allow me to access my stuff. So then I had to come back to my dorm, and it was 11:16 when I got here. My next block of time was from 11 to 12. I got lucky. I had a free block that block, so I didn't actually miss anything. So I kind of chilled, and then I went to my next class at 12, and that went fine. And then I came back. I mean, I went to what I thought my next class was. So I walk into the lecture hall, and empty room. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just the first one here, even though I'm never the first one there. Me being the first one there would be like a sign of the apocalypse, probably, because I'm typically run because I'm like the negative last one there. Like, yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, right. So then there were these guys in there, and they were like, oh, um, yeah, the next class in this room is scheduled for 2. It was 1. So I was like, oh, thanks. And then I went and got some lunch, and I went back at 2, and then it was fine from there. And it all worked out all right. Then today, I came back, and I was eating my lunch at my desk. And I spilled milk all over the back of my desk. So that was wonderful. And of course, there's a ton of stuff on my desk because my desk, along with the rest of my room, is a complete disaster. Because I have not had time yet to pick it up. Because I have my priorities, I gotta do other stuff first. So I guess now it's time for me to get to the big, awful, terrible, sad news. I still haven't been able to deal with this completely yet. But last night, my good friend and roommate Fred was out and about saying hi to the people in J3. And Anurag missed him and was like, hey, I want to say hi to Fred. I'm like, alright. So I brought Fred out. He took Fred and he threw him at the wall against the floor. So I took him back. And then, do you know what happened? He said, oh, let me apologize to Fred. And I was like, okay. And he ripped Fred apart. Yeah. So Fred is dead. The only cool thing that came of that is I got to put on his Facebook, because Fred has a Facebook. Is Fred Do is dead, which is a pretty cool thing to be able to put on your Facebook. But I'm not overly concerned because I am confident that Fred is above what normal humans are capable of. I believe with all of my heart that Fred will be returning, that Fred will come back to us. Because our love is such for him, it will pull him back from even beyond the grave. That's the power of Fred, I think, you know. I mean, yeah. So that's kind of like the, not highlight, like the negative highlight. So like I guess you call it like the low light. It was the low light, I guess. But highlight kind of was went downstairs for like some smoothies for a study break, and then I saw this thing chilling on the couch, and I'm like, hey, does this belong to anyone? And they're like, no, no. I was like, okay. And I asked the GRT, the graduate resident tutor, I think that's what it stands for. He's just like our supervisor in our J entry. I'm like, it is. Have you seen this? And he's like, yeah. He said, it's been sitting there for a while. I don't know whose it is. He's like, you can have it. I'm like, oh, nice. So I took it, of course. Probably wondering what it is. Whew. Yeah. It's like a staff. And it already had the duct tape on it. I didn't put it on. It's like chilling there already. So it's like, this is so cool because like it's so much fun. Because staffs in general just like rule. You can be like, and it's hard because there's a lot of stuff in my room. And as I mentioned, my room's a disaster. But it's still awesome. Yeah. Fun time. It's a little bent, but that's okay. Sorry. So I think that summarizes up my first 2 days pretty well. The only other thing I want to make a note of is two other things, kind of. They're related though. Check out I'm writing. Most of you already know this anyways, but I write opinion for The Tech, which is MIT's largest and oldest student newspaper, and the first newspaper in the country published online. I'm writing a 3-part series on education reform. The first one should appear this Friday, then the next one will be here next Friday, the next one will be here next Friday. I mean, the Friday after that, you know what I mean. So, should be good. Also, these videos, some of you watch them on Facebook, some of you find them on YouTube, and many of you watch them on my blog, mituxi.blogspot.com. But there will be a new blog, and this blog is called ryannormandenpolitics.blogspot.com, and this is the blog where I will be posting all of my tech articles, in addition to any quick written pieces on the political issues of the day. And of course, I think I'm going to be starting a new series apart from my Life at MIT series, regarding politics or the news this week, news in the world this week, or something like that. I haven't decided yet. You gotta get those creative juices flowing, you know. I can't make it up on the spot. Well, I could, and it would probably be pretty good, but I don't want to. I just haven't decided on a name, so I don't want to commit to anything because that would be good. So yeah, so check that out. Right now there are only a few articles up. I'll be putting more up, and the blog will really pick up and be more active, I think, once I get videos up on it. But yeah, so I think that covers pretty much everything. My time is ticking, running out. I'm at 9 minutes and something. This is a long one, but I had a lot to say. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your day, life, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna do some mathematicas now, so I can try to like have it done, so I don't end up doing it all weekend. You know, because that's what I did last semester. 34 hours straight with 1 hour's sleep doesn't always work out so well. In the meantime, my classes are good, life good. Peace out.